Good morning, peoples. December the 17th. Man, this month is just marching right along, huh? One thing I got to say about 2020 is, lately especially, it seems like in the summer, it seemed like it was dragging on forever, but lately, in the fall, the nice weather, it seems like it's been blowing past, like it's going by in a hurry. So we still have traffic today, always have traffic, but it's not as bad with the windows closed. 67 degrees, by the way. I know the weather is important to you guys. So 67 degrees this morning, probably a little bit warmer now. I checked probably an hour ago. It's a little bit later now. I got up at 6 this morning, but it was dark, and we learned not to try to read in the dark. So I waited a little bit, talked to my boy Rob Jones over the line, like Skype, a phone call line is an app you can use. So, on to the video. Today's worries may become tomorrow's priceless experiences. How odd many of our worst fears appear when viewed with 2020 hindsight. The worries that seemed so monumental at the time were somehow dealt with, and we went on to more productive things. In fact, often we later realize that our fears during those moments of terrible traumatic stress were greatly exaggerated. As time passes, we discover that it was from those very experiences that we gain more penetrating insight into ourselves and what life is all about. Part of maturity is the recognition that seldom are things as bad as they first appear. Experience teaches us that we can always find a solution to a problem if we take the time to analyze the situation and develop an appropriate response. If our worries are driven by our own insecurities and feelings of inadequacy, we can develop renewed self-confidence by doing what is necessary to correct the problem, sharpen our skills, and improve our performance. I like that. I like that a lot. Couple of things that I live by are focus on the problem, solve the problem, don't get emotional. I'm not a super emotional guy anyway to start, so that was a bit more easy for me to manage than most people. I'm just not the emotional type. I'm more like, what's his name, Dr. Spock from Star Trek, right? More logical based thinking. I think more with my brain than my heart. I think a lot of people think with their heart and lead with their emotions as opposed to their brain. And what he's saying is, disengage the heart, put it in neutral, and engage your brain, which once again for me is just the natural order of things. For most people, you gotta switch. You gotta put from your heart to your head, not be emotional, not despair, and focus on solving the problem. And human beings are very adaptable and are very capable problem solvers. You just need to give yourself a chance and get out of your own head. Get out of your own way emotionally, right? So, yep, once again, gold in them there paragraphs. That will solve a lot of problems, not just business problems, but personal problems, relationship problems. And the thing about hindsight and looking back and saying, what was I so worried about? That's huge too. So I've been very lucky that I don't give a about anything. I don't sweat the small stuff. Never mind, I don't sweat the big stuff, which I don't. I don't sweat the small stuff. I don't sweat big stuff. I don't sweat anything. Sometimes that bites me in the ass, right? Because sometimes you got to pay attention to things or care about things or they rust or break. But for the most part, not caring about things, big or small, has been tremendous help to me because, like he said, most of the time it wasn't worth worrying about anyway, right? So by never worrying about it, you don't lose that time, you don't lose that energy, you don't lose that emotional currency that you'd spend on worrying about something. Worrying about something doesn't fix it. Solving the problem fixes it. Pretty simple, easier said than done, I get it, but if it's something you put effort into and, like I said, switch to your mind from your heart, you'll be able to solve the problems too, effectively.